Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first game of the day, where your 2011 Nelson Pittsburgh Penguin Elite are about to take on the Cincinnati Cyclones. We've got Siegel, Baru, and Lohr. Won by Siegel, pushed through by Baru, now knocked into the corner. We've got Foligno and Kumnik on the D pair. And Cincinnati comes up and out. Back checked by Baru. And they still head man up. Foligno steps up. That one's rimmed around, back and behind. Already can tell Cincinnati's going to do a dump and chase. Immediately put it in the corner, and they were the first ones on the puck. So the defenseman will need to be aware of that to hit weak side corner there to grab and reduce some puck retrieval. That one shot up into the blue line, held in. And blocked by Baru, but still sits there. Siegel comes over, hits the skate of Baru, finally gets up and out. And Siegel tries to go to Kumnik. Now goes to Kumnik. Kumnik knocks up the center to Goldberg. Goldberg's going to come in 1-on-2. Test drives wide. Oh, he gets tripped, goes in head first into the boards. It's going to be a penalty coming up against Cincinnati. And Goldberg looks to be hurt. Went hard into his right shoulder. So while the Penguins tend to the injured player, we'll take this moment to please ask you to like and subscribe. If we have any new viewership here, it helps keep the channel going and continue to get our name out there. So Goldberg looks to be getting up now. And he's up, getting checked on by the official. The medic was being walked out, but it was such a far stretch and such a far walk from the bench, and it took the medic a second to get out there. Older. All right, so Goldberg's going to be replaced by Armstrong. We've got Schweitzer, Bowen, and Armstrong with Ladigan and Dixon as your D pairing. That one's knocked in the corner. Bowen does battle now. He chips it to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes back behind the net. Circles around, looks, surveys. Goes high to Dixon. That's deflected wide. Dixon trips. Back comes Cincy now. Ladigan in pursuit. Pushes, knocks the puck wide. Shot, score! So Dixon, I think, stepped on one of the sticks. I think he stepped on one of the stick of the forwards that were up there pressuring. He went down, and in came Esmark on the breakaway, shorthanded. Schweitzer steps in. One back to Ladigan. Ladigan surveys, goes up to Bowen. Bowen gathers in now. He goes wide, followed on by Schweitzer. And Bowen comes over and does battle. That one's won by Cincy, and out they come now. Chipped around Dixon, followed by Ladigan. He looks, goes to Armstrong. Armstrong goes up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer gets that one knocked off his stick. And dumped in. Knocked right back to center. In between the two D. Not going to be far enough for icing. And he surveys. Goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer goes to Vickers, just out of his range, and shot held. No, not held. Dropped to the feet of Bartley. Rebound, and that one's kicked aside. Penguins having a hard time getting their ducks in a row here in their own zone. That pass is going to miss. Goldberg back now after going hard. He jumps on the line with Vickers and Schaefer. That one's rimmed around. Vickers in pursuit. He knocks the puck around. Now Goldberg down. Puck's going to come to the point to Foligno. Foligno surveys. Goes back to Goldberg. And in behind to Schaefer now to dig around. Vickers pressures. That one's knocked past him. And to Foligno. Foligno with the shot. In clean. Almost deflected by Schaefer and gloved and held by the Cyclones goaltender. 12:03 to go. First period, 1-0 Cyclones. Sure why it says empty net. Give me 1 second here to adjust that. There we go. So we've got shot from the point from Kumnik. In on, held. Goaltender has no clue where it's at, but it is held by the Cincinnati goaltender. We've got Baru, Lohr, and Siegel with Foligno and Kumnik is your D pairing. Siegel steps in, wins that one forward. Lohr in pursuit. He digs now. Baru behind the net. He's unchallenged. Looks, comes out. Still circling with the puck. Gets it knocked off his stick. And up to center. Puck goes to Lohr. He's got Siegel. Tries to get it to him. Does. Just hops over his stick. And knocked into the corner. Cincinnati will gather on. They're going to try to outlet. Stepped up on by Dixon. And in comes Cincinnati now. 1-on-2, excuse me. Pull up shot held by Bartley. 11:11 to go. First period. Cyclones 1, Penguins 0. The Pens have gotten back to their set lines of Schweitzer, Goldberg, and Bowen. Ladigan, Dixon. Puck won by Cincy. Knocked there by Dixon. Dixon outlets to Bowen. Bowen comes in 1-on-1. He drives wide, goes around the man. Tries to stop. Got knocked into by one of the defender forwards. Back check there nicely. And now, nice play there by Schweitzer to cut off the play. Knocked by Goldberg, and Schweitzer gathers on. He comes in, goes around, has a chance, shot, score! Ryan Schweitzer. Shot had eyes, over the pad, under the glove, inside the post. Beautiful goal. 1-1. So Dixon goes up to Schaefer. Vickers cut. Schaefer survey. Shot blocked. Still dribbles it on net. Rebound free. Shot by Vickers once. No. Twice. No. Up in the air. Goal to Tyson Schaefer on the back door. What an absolute jailbreak. Bodies and pucks flying everywhere. There might have actually been 2 pucks there with how much it was hopping and bouncing around. And the Pens that quickly are up 2-1. 10:25 to go. First period. Vickers steps in, wins the puck back to Kumnik. Kumnik surveys, goes up to Armstrong. That one's knocked away nicely by one of the Cincy forwards. Backhand pass, and knocked away. Shot, blocked away by Foligno. Shot again, blocked by Foligno. Going to be held in at the point, and over into the corner. Armstrong out the pressure. Has somebody wide. Tries to get it to him, steps up Schaefer, knocks it forward, but the weak side defenseman comes over and gathers the puck. Outlet out up top. Foligno chases, and Kumnik steps up. And the trailing forward gathers it for Cincy. Into the corner. Pulls up, throws it around, and gathered down by Cincy. They cycle high off the skate of Lohr and back to center red. Dumped into the Penguins bench. Into the large gap that there is on those benches because they actually span from center ice all the way inside the blue line. So it's a gigantic bench on this rink, and that one hit one of the openings, luckily, and nobody that was standing on the bench. We've got Siegel, Baru, and Lohr still out there with Dixon and Ladigan. And Siegel dumps it down, chip it up the boards. Cincy takes possession, knock it down. Ladigan from the weak side defensive position comes over. He gathers in, does battle behind the net, and Siegel comes down from his center position to help. Into the corner, Lohr goes to grab the puck, throws it to the point, and back down into the corner. Cincy wants to cycle the puck low, seemingly. They don't try to go into the middle of the ice. They try to work from down low out. There's a centering pass blocked by the goaltender nicely, Bartley. An active stick there to keep that centering pass from going through. Now this time Ladigan stops it. And in comes Siegel for support. That one's knocked wide. Back down low again. Ladigan comes over and takes the body. Rimmed around off the Cincy player who's down, so it gets stuck on his feet. And now Lohr comes down. Chips it up to the point, but not out. Hits the hand of Dixon, and Ladigan chips it up to Siegel. Siegel looks, surveys. Him and Baru cross. Siegel beats the first man. Shot hits the stick and goes up into the netting. 8:15 to go, first period. This is game 1 of 3 this weekend against the Cyclones. Got another later this afternoon and one early tomorrow morning. Exact times I'm not sure of. I rely heavily on our family calendar, and I don't have it at my disposal at the moment. So not particularly sure what time they are. But shot from Schweitzer. That one goes wide. Bowen's going to come down in pursuit now over to the corner. He does battle. Schweitzer gathers on. Shot off the toe of the goaltender. Nice flipper save there. Goldberg in front to Schweitzer. He knocks it to the corner. Now Bowen in there, Goldberg in there. No clue where the puck is. Whistle blows. The goaltender has it unknowingly in his pads. Schweitzer steps in, wins that one to Bowen. Bowen goes to Foligno. Foligno goes back to Bowen. And Schweitzer takes ownership now. He knocks another official. And up to center, through the center of the ice they come. Bowen with the back check, knocks the puck off the stick into the corner. Cincy takes possession in the corner, looks, outlet out front. Bowen intercepts, hits him, and he does battle. Can't get rid of it. Now he does. Gets up to Schweitzer, and the Pens have a 2-on-1. Schweitzer and Goldberg. Schweitzer toe drags, goes to Goldberg. Shot, just misses the net. Schweitzer got knocked into the net hard. It's off its moorings. The officials, there we go, finally catch that, and we'll have a whistle with 7:05 to go. Nickers, Armstrong, and Schaefer step onto the ice. With Dixon and Ladigan on the deep pairing. That one goes behind the net. Cincinnati goes high off the glass and over the stick of Ladigan. He takes possession, dumps it back in off sides, and we'll have a face-off just outside of the Cincinnati zone. Hopefully the focus is a little better today. Again, with the new camera and the netting, it's kind of wreaking havoc, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make the adjustment needed to actually have a crisp, clear view through the netting. So, anyways, Cincinnati takes a centering pass. Stick lifted goes to Schaefer. Schaefer surveys, goes up to Armstrong. Armstrong drives wide, gets pulled down. Penalty coming for a hold, I believe. Centering pass. And it is going to be a holding against Cincinnati. So 6:22 to go. Baru, Lohr, and Siegel step on. Siegel steps in. We've got Foligno and Kumnik as the D pairing. Lohr goes in behind the net. Now Baru in pursuit. A rimming around. Cincinnati surveys. To the point. Out. And out they come now. Foligno challenges. Steps up on that man. Goes in behind the net. Rimmed around for Lohr. Lohr gathers the puck. Goes up to Siegel off the board. Siegel gathers on and gets challenged right away. He pulls up. Slows things down. And now starts to come up the ice. Siegel goes through one. Puck is knocked to the corner. Baru takes ownership. He rims it around now. Down comes Kumnick to gather that one. He chips it back down around. And Siegel gathers it. He looks, rolls out, continues to roll out. Shot, blocked, back to Siegel again. And goes far corner, lower surveys, rolls it into the corner, goes behind the net to Baru. Baru rims it around to Kumnick. So, that puck bounces just over the stick. Took a weird hop and comes back to center red. Foligno has it. And he goes up to Kumnick. Kumnick slows it down, goes wide to Lore, bounces over his stick, and gathered on by Cincy. Now back comes Cincy. Stepped up on by Baru. And Kumnick gathers. He's going to lead the rush. Backhand pass to Siegel, gets knocked off of his stick, and back comes Cincinnati now. They headman it up. Goldberg on the defensive side was covering for Kumnick whenever he rushed there and makes the play nicely, rims it around to Schweitzer, and Schweitzer does battle. Knocked off of him into the corner, and Schweitzer gathers it back. Puts it in on net, rebound, gathered on by Cincy. Headman pass, and behind the D, Ladigan in pursuit to catch up, pushes the man to the corner nicely. Out in front, centering. Dixon gathers it, goes to Bowen, stepped up on by offside, not called though. Too many men, not called. And now it goes over to Dixon. Dixon has Goldberg, decides to skate it himself. Pulls up, goes wide to Bowen, knocked into the corner. And now Cincy rims it around. Goldberg has it. And knocked back up. Into the Pittsburgh zone. Vickers with a nice back check. Now he's down low. Does battle. Centering pass stopped by Dixon. And he goes to Schaefer. Schaefer goes up the middle, misses Armstrong, but hits a skate, and now goes to him. We've got 2-on-2 with Armstrong and Vickers. Onside, Armstrong goes wide, tipped away by the defenseman of Cincinnati. Knocked up. Foligno in pursuit now. He wins that race. Chips it up, goes to Armstrong. Armstrong has Vickers. Goes cross-ice to Schaefer instead, though. Schaefer with the toe drag, going to be in onside. And now out comes Cincinnati. Cincinnati commits hard to coming up from their zone and stepping up at the blue line. Shot, gloved and held by Bartley. Cincinnati really pushes hard at the top of the zone to knock pucks off the stick right at the blue line. Pens need to be cognizant of that because it's led to a couple close to odd man breaks of how aggressive they get right at the top of the blue line. To go first period. And we've got Siegel, Baru, and Lore. Shot hits the Cincy player, thrown up to Baru, bounces over his stick. Cincy goes D to D, and off the boards and out. In the feet, not able to connect, goes to Foligno. Foligno chips it up to Baru. Baru with a head of steam comes in, looks, drives wide. Shot off the pad, knocked into the corner. And out comes Cincinnati now. Nice play by Ladigan. Stopped that man one-on-one with the skates. Tried to drag between the feet. And out comes Cincy from the corner. Backhand, shot, held, and bellied by Bartley. 2:13 to go. Schweitzer, Bowen, Goldberg now step on with Ladigan and Dixon. Face off won by Schweitzer. Goes back behind the net. Dixon in pursuit. Tries to go to Ladigan. That's taken away. That comes out hard from the corner. Does Cincy. Knocked to the point. Just jumps over the stick of Bowen. He knocks it up to Goldberg. Now Goldberg comes in 1-on-3. He gets bodied. Still goes forward. Puck gets knocked past him. Thrown up. Not held in, hit off the glove of Schweitzer, but now Schweitzer regathers, comes in, shot, and bellied by the goaltender of Cincinnati. False face-off. And they do battle. Out to the point to Foligno. Foligno goes around behind the net. Bowen goes, chips it to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks, circles, goes back down low to Bowen. Bowen changes direction, leaves it for Schweitzer. He knocks it forward, comes out of the corner hard, circled around, and they crisscross. Go to the point to Foligno with a nifty little move. Shot, glove save, rebound, save, toe save. Two quick 1-2 shots there. Nice save by the Cincy goaltender. And Cyclones will dump it in behind the net. Gathered on by Schweitzer. He goes cross ice to Schaefer. Schaefer comes up now one-on-one. Goes outside, inside, shot, blocker save, can't find a rebound, just sitting. Two cracks at it there and not able to put it in. So the Cincinnati goaltender absolutely standing on his head here at the end of the first period. Puck knocked into the corner, gathered on by Vickers, thrown in front. And there's a scrum, shot just wide by Armstrong. And held on by Dixon. He gets bodied, still has possession, tries to go to Schaefer, and to the point, gathered on by Armstrong. Nice little move, shot, and bellied and held again. Penguins need to get the puck a little bit down, just a little bit more. This goaltender's able to get these in his belly and hold the rebounds and control them, whereas if they put it off the pads, makes it much more difficult for him to control where they're going. So 23 and a half seconds left. First period, 2-1 Penguinis. Won by Vickers. Armstrong goes inside the forward there, nice to the defenseman. Shot deflected off the bodies that were flying around there. And knocked up to the point. Ladigan chips it down. Armstrong has it. Tries a pass, knocked away by Cincy, and up to the point. Ladigan meets the man there. And that'll do it for the first period. I'll join you back here momentarily. All right, so we've got Siegel, Baru, Lohr with Kumnik and Foligno. Foligno cycles around, backhands up to Baru. Nice headman pass there. Baru's in one-on-one now. Cuts back. Nice defensive play by the Cyclones defenseman. Siegel down low, takes on two. He gets thrown around. And a Foligno shot. Deflected, rebound, score! Cooper Siegel with the rebound from the nice, low, hard shot from Dino Foligno. Didn't have audio, forgot to turn it back on, but what we had right there was a beautiful play. Foligno steps up, hard, low shot, rebound, Siegel comes in, grabs it, and buries it in on the Cincinnati goaltender. 3-1 Penguins. Foligno goes up to Lohr. Lohr chips it up to Siegel. And Lohr follows on. Gathers on, goes in front to Baru. Backhand shot, score! Nice backhand goal in front there by Grayson Baru to take it just inside the post. Schweitzer, Goldberg, Bowen step on. Kumnick takes the puck. And Bowen gets it. Now knocked away by Cincy. He dumps it up and throws it into the corner. They're going to go back to their dump and chase mentality. Kumnick knocks it away, grabbed by Schweitzer. He pulls up now, rings around wide, has Bowen wide, goes to him. Now Bowen looks up, surveys, drives wide, back, nope, pulls up, stops, and throws it around to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks, goes out front to, no, pulls it himself, shot, backhand, rebound, save, just laying there. Not able to bury it home. And we have a whistle on what I believe was an offside play. Vickers, Schaefer, and Armstrong on. Vickers knocks it down low and back to the point. Ladigan stops. It's center red. He does battle from his knees. And Vickers back covering, knocks up to Armstrong. And come the Pens now 2-on-2. Armstrong tries the toe drag. That's knocked away. And back they come. Ladigan gathers on. Turns, looks, throws it up to Schaefer. Schaefer goes around, but nice defensive play. Now that's going to be far enough for icing. And the puck's going to come all the way back down with 12:55 to go, second period. Penguins up 4-1. Siegel, Lohr, and Baru step on with Dixon and Ladigan still at the defensive pairing. One back to Ladigan. He looks, chips it down to Baru. Baru goes back to the point to Dixon. Dixon surveys, and he's going to dump it down low to Siegel. Siegel gathers on, does battle. Two Cyclones there. Now Baru comes down to support. Siegel gathers, knocks it in front, and out comes Cincy. Dixon pushes them wide, and they go to their standard dump and chase that we've seen all game. And Siegel down low. He gathers on, throws it back to center red, and they chip it back in. And Siegel challenges to the forward. They wait, throw it to the front, knocked aside by Bartley. And Dixon gathers on. And Lohr has it. Lohr looks, chips it up to Baru. He gets thrown to the ground. And puck's thrown all the way back down in the Penguin zone. No icing, it's waved off. And Kumnick sits there. Finds, waits, hits Lohr. Lohr has to Schweitzer. Schweitzer cuts in and out. Doesn't go. Shot. That one's wide. And Goldberg cycles high. Nice play there to go between the legs. Shot. Rebound. Bowen. Score. Shot and rebound there. Keep those shots low and bury the rebound, boys. Way to go. 5-1. Penguinis. Schweitzer wins that one back. Knocked aside by Foligno, though, from the pressuring Cincinnati forward. In on Foligno, he goes to Goldberg. And Goldberg goes up to Bowen. Bowen cuts across the ice, has Schweitzer with him, goes wide, gets it knocked into the boards, down into the corner, and they rim it around. Cincinnati takes it, flips it up the middle to the streaking center, and back they come 1-on-3. Blocked by Foligno. And he rims it around to Bowen. Bowen goes to the point, blocked, toe, high stick, and high stick on the play. And it's going to be a face-off to the right of Bartley for the Penguins. 10:50 to go, second period. Schaefer, Armstrong, Vickers, Dixon, and Ladigan. Thrown to the point and gathered on by Dixon. Dixon loses it, but then chipped back up to him by Armstrong. Now Schaefer in pursuit. And they go wide with it. Hit the center man streaking, off his stick, and into Ladigan's hands. He goes around, stops again and goes around. Now over to Dixon. Ladigan takes a high hit. Gathered on by Vickers, who just missed the streaking player there, which was Armstrong. Shot. That one's going to be gloved and held by Bartley. So when you have 3 games in a weekend against the team, and you get up early like this, so early in the game, can make it a little hard to stay focused. The boys need to concentrate on that and continue playing hard and digging the entirety of the game and not take them lightly, because Cincinnati team has definitely shown that they can step it up and push when they want to. So the Penguins need to continue to drive and play that solid game. Cincinnati's not showing any signs of quitting. And the Penguins let down, they might find themselves in trouble. So Foligno steps up on the man there. Now Vickers comes back, and he knocks it to the corner. Attempted centering pass taken away there, and the Pens have 3-1. They take ownership. Armstrong goes to Schaefer. Schaefer comes up now. He gets hooked from behind. They'll knock it up their blue line. Survey, cut to the middle. Hit the weak side winger, who now surveys. Look, shot. Held by Bartley. And we'll have a line change for the Penguins. Siegel, Lohr, Baru. And Dixon and Ladigan will be out. In steps Siegel. Knocked up behind the forwards, and Baru just misses it. Now Siegel takes it, tips off of Lohr's stick. Baru, they stay on side, but gets knocked back to center red. A lot of stick work going on right now, nothing getting called. That one's chipped up. Lohr pays the penalty price for that one, for stepping up. And Ladigan surveys. Rims it around to Lohr. And they do battle. Continue to fight along the boards. Try to roll out. Goes to Baru. Held in. Actually rolled to be out. And we'll get a face-off. 8:36 to go. 5-1 Penguinis. Cincy takes ownership. Knock it to Dixon. Dixon goes up to Siegel. Siegel looks, comes off the wall, gets a hard slash down on his stick. And now Baru knocks it into the corner. He goes after it. Cincinnati comes out with it, challenged by Lohr. And they're able to knock it to Ladigan at center ice. Ladigan chips it back to Lohr, but that's intercepted. And now he hits Baru. Baru's in 1-on-2. He looks, shot. Big rebound. Goes wide and gathered on by Cincy. Goldberg on now. He dumps it around to the corner. Siegel in pursuit. Rimmed around, and Foligno comes over. He chips it past the first guy, chips it past the second guy. Goldberg goes to the net. Siegel sees him. Holds it. Still cycles. Looks. Goes to the point to Kumnick. Kumnick goes back down to Siegel. Intercepted by Cincy. And knocked out. Rolled to be good. And knocked back down. And chipped up. Schweitzer over, intercepts. Dumps it back down. Now Bowen out of the bench comes down. That one's rimmed around, held by Kumnick. Knocked to Goldberg. He has Bowen. Shot, pass, shot. Bowen just hits the blocker. The goaltender goes into the corner. Now Foligno takes it. He goes cross ice. And Cincinnati tries to dump it up. There's 2 Penguins that goes past. And they're going to knock it back to center red. Held by Kumnick. Looked for Schweitzer. Now Goldberg has it. Goldberg looks, drops it to Schweitzer. Schweitzer shot, gloved and held by the right-gloved Cincinnati goaltender. The Penguins, after a couple downshifts and not much offense, are able to generate there. Got some shots, some rebounds, just weren't able to bury them that time. 1 to the point, held by Ladigan, hits a skate, and back comes Cincy with a chance. Ladigan gets out in front of them, though. Nice wheels. Chips it up to Schaefer. No, sorry, Vickers takes it. Vickers throws it up to Armstrong. Armstrong in. Nice quick transition. Oh, Colton went inside out. Just hit the skate. Fluttered and taken by Cincy. Dixon with the shot. That one hits Armstrong high. Dixon steps up. Knock cross ice to Ladigan. And to Schaefer. Schaefer goes up to the middle to Vickers. And Cincinnati gathers on and comes back. Schaefer with the poke check. He got bumped by Vickers, and they come 3-on-2 now. Shot up high into the corner. And rimmed around. Defenseman pinches down, knocks it behind the net. Ladigan challenges. Armstrong with a nice stick there. He's got Schaefer. He sees him, chips it up to him. Cut across. Nice move there by Schaefer. Shot. Hits the blocker. Big rebound. Armstrong off the side of the net. And held by the goaltender. 5:23 to go. 32 to go. Sorry, dyslexic apparently. 5:32 to go. Second period. 5-1 Penguins. Siegel, Baru, and Lohr. Foligno shots blocked. He still jousts at the point. Knocks it back down into the corner. In comes Baru now. He goes to Siegel. Siegel goes to Foligno. Foligno with the shot. Glove hand held by the Cincy goaltender. 5:11 to go, second period. One point I may start to run the clock and actually put a clock up on the scoreboard. Just not sure I can manage it, but we'll see. I spent a lot of time telling you how much time's left, and feel like I might be able to play with the scoreboard and figure that out, but we'll see. Puck taken away by Cincy. Back they come against Foligno. Foligno pinches the boards. Kumnick comes from the opposite side, and there's going to be a penalty against Foligno, who was doing battle with the Cincy player and seemingly fell pretty easily, but 5-1 game, they're going to make that call against us, unfortunately. So Cincinnati's going to go to the power play for the first time this game with 5:48 to go in the second period. You'll have Siegel and Lohr. And taken by Cincy. Hits the high man in the slot. Shot blocked. Hopefully we're working now. Not sure if the audio's working or not. Cross ice pass, Cincy has a step. Backed up by Dixon, fanned on. Ladigan loses it in the skates, throws it up to Goldberg. Goldberg tried to get it out. It's going to go cross ice to Dixon. He goes up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer comes in, dumps it down low. And throws it around. Foligno takes possession. Looks, throws it up to Baru. 16 seconds remaining. Siegel comes back checks, chips it up. Baru gets tripped. And they throw it up and back to center red. Baru there. Now in comes Cincy with 2 seconds left. Shot, gloved, held by Bartley. .01 to go. So we were going to take a short break here. We'll be back with you momentarily. Actually, they're going to drop the puck. I figured with .1 left, they were going to... There we go, and we'll be back with you momentarily. And we're back. Third period action. Siegel lure Baru with Foligno and Kumnik. Puck shot in on Bartley, held, and we'll have a whistle. Siegel steps in. Wins that one to Lure, but taken away by Cincinnati. Look in front, in the feet. Siegel throws it over to Baru, over his stick. He chips it up, and Cincinnati will regroup. They survey, go cross ice. Stepped up on by Kumnik, who pushes him to the side, and Foligno follows on. Foligno's going to take the wheels. He's going to look. Still goes, and dumps it in. Lure's going to come in. That one's up to the winger. Outlet pass. Cut off by Baru there high, but pushed forward, and back comes Cincy. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Move there. Foligno says no. Active stick knocks it to the corner. Now Foligno's stick again knocks it over. Siegel down low. He's going to go back. Take a body there. Cincy players immediately turns around and looks at the official to see if he's going to get called for that body check. He's not, because it's against the boards apparently. And Armstrong goes up to Schaefer. Nope, does not. Cut off by Cincy. And stepped up on there by Dixon. Now Armstrong, head up, looks, shot off the defenseman and into the corner. Rimmed around, and up comes Cincinnati now, one-on-one. Dixon's going to come back. Now there it's a 2-on-1, and can Dixon get there? Drives wide, goes behind the net, cut off by Dixon. Vickers cuts to the middle. And held by Cincy. Knocked down and again by Cincy. Ladigan goes over to Armstrong. Cut off cross ice pass. And shot to the net. Blocked by Ladigan. Up to Schaefer. Schaefer has Armstrong. Does go to him, and out they come. One-on-one. Armstrong drives wide. Pulls up. Continues to push forward. Now the puck's in the corner. Rimmed around. Cross ice pass. Knocked away. Tipped by Vickers. Not knocked away, though. And Cincy dumps it to Foligno. Foligno's going to cycle behind the net. Chip it up the boards. Cut off by Cincy. Foligno gathers again. He gets tripped. Call forthcoming against the Cyclones. Thrown over to Schaefer. He comes over, knocks it down behind the net, and we'll have a whistle with 12:15 to go in the third period. So the Penguins on the power play with a 5-1 lead. Schweitzer, Goldberg, Bowen, Foligno, and Kumnick. In behind the net, Bowen chases. He does battle, gets work to the boards, still fights now two Cincy players, and joined by one of his teammates. Two aside, gathered by Schweitzer. He comes out with it. Shot, kicked out with the toe, nobody there for the rebound, and thrown up. Stopped, knocked to the side by Schweitzer, and Cincy's going to get it out. They go to the defenseman Foligno. Foligno goes to Kumnick. Kumnick goes up to Bowen. And now Schweitzer and Bowen bat at it. Cincy's going to go D to D. No, they cycle back. Bowen right there. He blocks it, knocks it down in the corner. Now gathered on by Cincy again. And back they come. Short-handed. Their only goal of the game was on the shorty, so be mindful. And Kumnick gathers on. He's going to change directions. And changes directions again. Goes up to Bowen. Bowen goes to Schweitzer. That's met by one of the other players from Cincy. And backhand pass now up into the Cincy zone. And Pens do battle. And it's knocked into the zone and knocked right back out. Penguins not able to get any zone time. No possession, no cycling, no anything in the zone. They've spent the entirety regrouping. Now they get entry. Penalty's over. Siegel shot high and over the net. Cincinnati outlets gathered on by Dixon, though. Dixon has Siegel in front. That was Baru in front. The centering pass got knocked down. Baru tries the center, and Lohr comes over, lifts the stick. He does battle. Knocked up to the point. Dixon tries to hold. Cross ice throw over to Ladigan. Ladigan goes up to Siegel. Siegel cuts back in, goes around, gets the puck knocked off his stick, and now Cincinnati comes back. Baru with a nice back check, pushes the man to the boards, and we'll have a pile-up. Knocked back to Ladigan. He goes to Siegel. Siegel goes up to Baru and kicks off of his stick. The Cyclones will go D to D. Throw it up the boards. And throw it up the boards again. And they come now. Nice back check by Vickers. He rims it around to Lohr. Lohr looks, tries to bounce it off to Baru. Is in front of him, though. And Lohr hasn't escaped. Finally finds it. Now Baru comes with the head of steam. He has Vickers wide. They cut into each other. Back to Lohr. Tipped. Not sure if that was a tip or a shot, but Vickers was there, just as in front of him. And now back comes the Cyclones. He's coming in 1-on-4. Drives wide. Nobody's going to step up. Finally somebody steps up. Armstrong chips it up. Not going to be far enough for icing. And Schaefer's going to come up in pursuit. Up the boards, over to the middle, and nice clean outlet. Since he has a 1-on-2. Tries the toe drag on Kumnick. He says no. And Vickers back down. 8:45 to go, third period. Vickers gets that one knocked off his stick. Goes up to Armstrong. Armstrong has Schaefer. goes to him wide. Schaefer's in one-on-one. Puck gets knocked into the corner. They're going to call a pushing penalty on Schaefer. And the Penguins are going to be shorthanded. They leave Vickers and Armstrong out there. And shot to the net, rebound, score. Takes all of 3 seconds for Cincinnati to score on the power play. And it's now 5-2. Schaefer takes ownership, turns around, shot, blocked, wide. Armstrong digs, tries to center, blocked. And up to the point they go. Held in by... Okay, all right. That's just your viewfinder, so you use the bottom one for right now. Shot, knocked to the corner. Thrown around to Schaefer. And back up. Apparently it is not just the viewfinder that's out. Everything is out, so bear with me while we swap batteries and try to get things back up. We have a whistle. And so again, this is a new setup, and figuring out that if our viewfinder's out up top, we lose all signal. So trying to get your audio or video back here. Bear with us for 1 second. Schweitzer, Bowen, Goldberger out there. And Kumnick goes to Bowen. Bowen looks, backhand pass to Goldberg. That one's tipped in down low. Just bear with me. They dig down low. Schweitzer does battle. And gathered on in front to Bowen. Stepped up on Foligno with the shot. That one knocks off his stick. Beats the man, though. Shot. That hits Schweitzer. And bounces back down. Back comes Cincy. And they knock it back into the corner. Out in front of kicks. Had a golden opportunity to shoot there. They choose not to. Cycle it. Hits the man wide open. They throw it up to center ice. Bowen runs into the defenseman, but Schweitzer follows through. Cuts back to the middle. Looks, gets it knocked off his stick into the corner. Schweitzer goes, does battle again. Bowen comes down low this time. He looks. Gets it knocked off his stick. And up to center red comes Cincy. They dump it in. And Ladigan cycles. Goes to Goldberg. Held there by Cincy. Knocked up to Goldberg, past his stick. Cross ice. Gathered on by Cincy. Dumped back down behind the zone. Dude. And gathered on by Lohr. Lohr has Baru. Cut off nicely by the Cyclones defenseman and then thrown in offsides. 5:53 to go. So the Penguins, after in a matter of 10 minutes absolutely destroying this team, have not shown anywhere near the life, gas, or opportunity that they've had. And it's now a 5-2 game. And like I said, they need to watch themselves getting such an early lead and kind of letting off the gas pedal. They need to continue to push. The Cincinnati's finding life and finding confidence here. Can't take good teams lightly. Just because you got up early doesn't mean they're going to walk away with it. And they go D to D back, and now up to Lohr. Lohr goes to Siegel. Siegel looks, cuts the middle, shot off the toe, rebound, shot by Baru, knocked to the corner. And Lure has it, goes to Siegel, just knocks off his stick over to the corner. Goes around to Baru, tried to center it to Lure. He gets knocked down, back in behind the net. Lure cuts it off, goes to Siegel in front. Siegel looks, Baru's being held. And there's now a whistle. They're going to call Baru for the hook when the kid very clearly grabbed his stick and just held it so he couldn't hit the play. So, rather confusing call there. Grayson Baru went to take a shot, got his stick lifted and held, and then they called a hooking call on him. So, not often you see the man ready to shoot that decides just to lift his stick and hook the opposing player for no reason. Shot by Cincy, wide. Gumnick has it. Goes around to Schaefer. Schaefer pulls up, cycles back, kills some more time, takes his room, throws it up, and gets it out. Interference there on Vickers. He took a hard rock when going for the puck, when had no chance of actually getting it. Cincinnati cuts the middle, takes a haphazard backhand shot that misses the net wide, and up to the point. Cincinnati doing a great job holding it in. Just so I was ready to say that now. The puck comes out. One of the forwards for Cincy lost his stick, and he is skating around for some reason. Now he's going to go get it once the puck goes into the zone. And driven wide. Cincy comes out front. Knocked away by Bartley. Gathered on by Vickers and thrown back to center red. Cincy player cuts wide. Looks, goes inside out. Nice little move there into the corner. Centering pass, nobody home. Armstrong knocks it up. Not out though. Left, right, shot, and in it goes. And it's now a 5-3 game. Bowen, Schweitzer, and Goldberg with Dixon and Foligno. Puck knocked in. Up off the boards, off of Bowen, now off of Schweitzer. Schweitzer gathers on, looks, shot, post. And the rebound kicks clean to Cincy, and back they come. Ladigan gathers, cycles. Goldberg chips it up, and back down to Ladigan. Ladigan looks, stops, turns. Chips it up to Goldberg. Goldberg goes to Schweitzer. Schweitzer and Bowen on 2-on-1, goes over, knocked away. And knocked to the point. Ladigan goes to the corner. No, doesn't go to the corner. Knocked away. Sorry. It goes over to the far side and off the skate of Ladigan. In comes Cincy now. Knocked into the corner. And taken by Schweitzer. Taken now by Cincy off of his stick. In front shot. Blocked by Dixon. Dixon goes up to Bowen. Bowen's going to knock it around and get a line change. And Goldberg pressures. He does a nice job slowing things down. Siegel comes up from the line change. Now Lore comes over. And down low they work. This one's up and out they come. Chipped nicely. Backhand or forehand pull. And knocked wide by Foligno. Nick comes over to help. And we're in the corner. Out they come, though. Siegel in pursuit. Bodies nicely. Takes the puck. And Siegel takes his time. He's got room. He's going to skate it. No one pressures. He continues to skate it. Chips it up. And now they gather it. Back comes Cincy. In front, Foligno has it. Goes to Lure. Offside are the Penguins. Vickers, Armstrong, and Schaefer step on. 1:33 to go. Armstrong takes it, or Schaefer takes it, excuse me. Knocks it into the corner. Armstrong now goes down. He does battle. And Cincinnati comes back. Schaefer comes over, knocks the puck off a stick of this Cyclones player. Nice touch pass to Vickers. Vickers looks, goes across to Schaefer. That deflects into the corner. Centering pass. And Kumnick knocks it down low. Vickers looks, tries to center it, goes to the point to Kumnick. Shot. Big rebound. Shot. Post. And they dig down low. What? And they come into the corner. Cincinnati takes it back to center red. And into the zone. Shot there on Bartley. That goes wide. And around it goes. Vickers knocks it up. Goldberg in pursuit. He knocks it past. Him and Bowen come in now 2-on-1. He goes to Bowen. Bowen in clean. Backhand shot. Save and held. Just at the buzzer. Goldberg getting a rough ride down there in front of the net. Well, that'll do it. So we'll leave it on here for the handshake line, and we won't. Guess we lost display again. There we go. Leave it on for the handshake line, and not sure if we're going to use this camera again, if we're going to go back to our old GoPro. It doesn't quite have the zoom, but seems to have way less issues. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back here again this evening for Game 2